All right, I look like a 5-year-old. I look like a 5-year-old playing dress up, but I am just gonna go with the flow because why the F not? Hey witches, I'm Eadig and welcome back to my channel. So today is another get ready with me. I am starting off with a fresh face and I'm going to talk to you guys about why I became a witch and how I found my path. It is a stifling 90 to 100 degree day, so I'm hoping that I don't sweat all of my stuff out before I even start making more videos today. So yesterday was insane. So yeah, I'm going to start off with my Derma E Essentials Radiance Toner. Just to get all of the dirt and stuff from my face. And okay, so my story starts off with me as a wee little babe in elementary school. Me and my friends decided that we were gonna start a coven underneath the jungle gym. This was after I think I watched one of the first episodes of Charmed. And I was like 8 years old when Charmed came out, and I saw the show and I was like, holy crap, this is amazing, I want to do this. So yeah, sadly the coven only lasted for 2 days because we all got bored and decided that we wanted to start playing a game called Chucky, which was like a game of tag, but you pretended you were like using a knife and like you just stab people. That seemed more fun than joining a coven. I don't know, we were kids, what can you do? So after that point, I started kind of just like looking online, and at that point online sources were really terrible. There were like weird spells, like, you know, using candles and things like that, and like these websites that were like dark and like really mysterious and like witchy. And it wasn't like the witchy aesthetic you see now. It was literally just like a dark black screen with like words and maybe a gif of a candle, which was like really cool back then because like you never really saw that. So I started looking at those and kind of was just like, okay, I can't really do anything with these, or like I tried them and like maybe they worked, maybe they didn't, I can't really remember. So now I'm going with my Clearly Brighter sunscreen face moisturizer, and my eye cream as well from Rock. So me and my cousin one day like just decided to try one out because she like needed to see the future for some reason. So like we did a spell with a candle in front of a mirror like, back in the day. I don't even know if it worked, but that really sparked like even more interest because like other people were interested in doing it with me. And at one point my friend and I just started like writing in runes. And this was like before I even knew what runes were. I think this is like me in 7th grade at that point. And we were just like writing like secret codes and things like that to each other in runes. And one of my friends like deciphered it, and I was like, ooh, you know what this is? That's so cool. It's like a witchy language. And so we all started getting into it a little bit more. I like watched Charm religiously. And at that point, I think like a little before that, I learned that someone from my family, like an ancestor of mine, was also a witch. And a lot of my family members like always said like they have abilities, but because my family was like Christian, I grew up as a Christian, going to church and camp and all that stuff. Because they believed in all like the Christian sensibilities, they never really said it was witchcraft. They just said it was like, oh, we have these gifts that we're able to like harness every so often. So I really took that as, oh my God, I have powers. This is so cool. So I just kind of explored more of that. But, you know, obviously realizing that witchcraft isn't like it is in the movies. It's literally you working with the energies of the universe, like in a completely different way. Like I wish that I could have like an energy ball that would show up and just like shoot out at people. But I mean, it doesn't happen like it is in the movies. So what am I gonna do next? I think I'm gonna start with my powder, the True Match. Looking for another one. If you guys have any suggestions, please comment below. So yeah, at that point I was starting to like learn a little bit more, but I think I had so many different interests at the time. Like I was really into photography, so I took photography in high school. One of my friends actually gave me like a book on Wicca or witchcraft, and like that one was like a beginner's like how to cast circles and things like that. And I looked at it like, you know, but I didn't really pay that much attention to it because I felt like witchcraft didn't really have to be that complicated, like the way the book was saying it was. Like, you know, doing all these rituals and things. I wasn't necessarily interested in rituals. I was more so interested in I was interested in herbalism at the time, and I was trying to find my path. I was trying to find what I was interested in. But knowing also that I knew runes, I decided to start learning runes and really actually like learning the magical elements of them, where they come from, and all of that stuff. And my former knowledge of just writing in the runes and like being able to like see what they are saying just by like looking at them rather than really like having to decode them really helped with my ability to learn the runes and actually like somewhat master them. Obviously, like there's still a lot more that I want to learn and everything like that, but I really took to the runes. And then I got this book about symbols from Barnes and Noble, and I was like, holy crap, I've been studying herbalism for like a year or so, and I wasn't as into it as I wanted it to be. Like I knew that I had to go back to school for herbalism and herbal studies. Like herbalists aren't just like people that know about herbs. They're like people that actually help other people with any ailments or anything that they have, or they're kind of like doctors in a way. And I didn't necessarily want to be that for other people. I just wanted to learn things about the herbs. But I kind of got out of that when I noticed that I was really interested in symbols. I'm actually like, every time I see a symbol, I like salivate. I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. I need to know everything about it. And like when I don't know about it, I'm like, why don't I know about this symbol? Or like when a friend has a symbol on their tattoo, I'm like, oh my God, what is this? Oh my God, this is amazing. I have to know all about this. And then I learn about it. So I got really into occult symbology. So after the runes, I started learning the Celtic Ogham, as well as the Hebrew alphabet and the Kabbalah of the 9 chambers, which coincides with the magic squares, or kamiyas as they're called. I can teach you guys a little bit more about that in some other videos, but I definitely need to be able to get all my notes and transcribe them. So it does take a while to do that. But I started getting into that after my love for ancient symbols. I was just like, I need this all the time. It's like my crack. Like I need to learn about everything I can about every symbol. But it took a while for me to get there. Honestly, I didn't really know what I wanted to fully do in witchcraft until like 2 years ago. Okay, I'm gonna go with my palette from Nomad Cosmetics. I'm gonna go with Poor But Sexy because that's just me right now in this quarantine. And I'm starting to sweat, so if I look a little bit dewy, that wasn't intentional, but I'm glad that it's happening. And then I'm also gonna put on some Suva Beauty, this one, which is turmeric. I think I'm gonna start with that one first. So yeah, I definitely attribute my interest in witchcraft with Charmed. Thank you for creating such a great show. R.I.P. Aaron Spelling, he's amazing. And yeah, I still like don't have that many friends that are interested in witchcraft, so I'm just doing it on my own pretty much. And everyone has their own like path. I'm interested in symbols, but I really haven't found very many people that are interested in ancient symbols. So I did realize recently that everything that I'm learning is a part of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. The Kabbalah, the I Ching, the Celtic Ogham, the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, and demonology and angelology, like that's all a part of everything that the Golden Dawn teaches. And I'd be really interested in learning more about like if there are like other orders and things like that like available right now, so that I can like really like get into it and actually like be a part of maybe a it just kind of like, I was gonna say an occult sect, but that just sounds really creepy. But I don't know, maybe be a part of like a community of people that are studying the same thing I'm studying, because it does take a while to find your craft, find your you know, your path in the craft. But then after that, like, who knows? You got to find those people that actually, like, you can study with. I just want study buddies. I just want people that I can really just say, hey, we're doing stuff together, and hey, I'm learning from you and you're learning from me, and this is great. Because, you know, during quarantine especially, like, I'm glad that I have my channel and I have, like, you guys to, like, maybe bounce off ideas for videos and, like, you know, encourage me to make more and stuff like that. But I mean, it would be also good to have other people to, like, really study with that, like, you know about the craft and everything that goes into it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to learning more about the Golden Dawn and learning more about the Kabbalah, about like I Ching and everything that goes into what the Golden Dawn really means. So yeah, that's going to be really cool and interesting. I want to go into a little bit of a different color, but I'm afraid that it's going to mess up my look. It's not really working for me, but I'm just doing it anyways because I have no other choice. I already started. So I'm going to do the creases a little bit. So I guess I kind of fast forwarded through like why I became a witch. That was my story. But the reason specifically why I became a witch or why I decided that I was going to focus on witchcraft in my life was because I really wanted to be free of really other people telling me what I could and couldn't do with other religions and you know, other things other than the pagan path. People like to tell you what you can and cannot do. Like, I know the specifics of like not hurting anyone and taking accountability and for your actions and understanding that like you have to work with the universe in order to get what you want or do the things that you want. Like, that's common knowledge, and that's a part of paganism and witchcraft, understanding those things. But like with the things with certain religions where like you literally are prohibited from doing certain things, there are things in like meditation and in witchcraft like where you fast for a while in order to become like the purest part of yourself and things like that. Like, I'm totally down with that. But if someone specifically tells me like you cannot ever do this certain thing, I just really tell them that they can go screw themselves because I'm gonna do what I want. You know, like this is my eyeliner from Kat Von D. I think it's the tattoo eyeliner. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't want someone preventing me from being able to do certain things. And with witchcraft, it gives you a freedom that other religions and other places don't really give you. You know, with certain traditions of witchcraft and things like that, there are certain rules for doing specific things like rituals and stuff like that, where you can do them, what time you can do them, but it's not prohibiting you from doing them. Like, obviously, like, if it's gonna like hurt you or if you're gonna accidentally poison someone, like, don't do it. But if you know, if it's telling you, if someone's telling you like, oh, you can't do this because of a certain reason, I mean, unless the reason is really like understandable, like unless it's like you're literally going to destroy the world by doing this, whatever helps me and helps other people that I care about, I'm going to do it. And if someone's telling me that I can't do it because of some weird doctrine from thousands of years ago that someone, you know, made thinking that they were the voice of God, I'm sorry, but come on. Like, witchcraft is all about experimentation. It is in itself kind of like a science, and that's what I've been learning a lot about ceremonial magic, is that this guy is dying on me, so I'm gonna try another one. It could be all the sweat on my face. It's a lot. But yeah, what I'm learning about ceremonial magic is a lot of experimentation and like years of these grimoires and works from all of these magicians and witches, that, you know, it takes time to understand and learn all of these things, but once you do, and once you kind of grasp the understanding of like when you can do things, how you do them and stuff like that, and once you actually like learn for yourself, I mean, the sky's the limit. Like, you can do whatever you want pretty much, and you can learn from this this craft, these beings that you interact with in your craft, if you do work with other entities. and all of that. I personally am terrified of working with other spirits and entities just because I honestly don't know, like, they have a lot of power. They can do a lot. They can probably do a lot more than I can, and trying to harness them and control them, it's a little scary thinking about it. So I've been learning about ceremonial magic, but it's also one of those things where I'm more of like an eclectic, like chaos witch. I like to do witchcraft on the fly. I'm like the practical witch that does things in her home, but also like I can easily, you know, be on the road or, you know, at work and find a solution for what I need, just like on the fly like that. Because working with symbols, you can literally draw a symbol anywhere. You can draw a sigil anywhere, everything like that. So for me, working in my craft is very easy compared to others where you need like supplies and crystals and herbs and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a lot easier for me than it would be for someone that studied a different craft. For me, after I learned what I wanted, like what I was interested in, oh my god, it was so easy to find like everything that I needed. All of the books and everything. I am a total bookworm. I have hundreds of books on witchcraft. A lot of them are still in New York, but I just love just finding information, and like I kind of obsess over it. But at the same time, like, that's what makes me a good researcher, and that's what makes me good at what I do on here, because I'm aware of things from multitudes of different sources, rather than working with the same source, the same book or something like that, and not really knowing anything other than what this one book says. And that's one thing I mention a lot, like in my videos, like you've gotta find different sources from everywhere. Because if you just work with that one book or that one thing that teaches you about tarot or teaches you about like any sort of divination or any sort of ancient symbol, like they might have the information, but they not have it all. And if they don't have all the information and you're just going on like one thing, you can definitely get things wrong. And you can definitely slow yourself down in your experimentation because like you don't know everything that you can know about the subject. So you definitely want to experiment and learn as much as you can. All right. I want to wear lipstick, but I don't know if I can because it's gonna melt, I feel like. This is my brow stylist thingy-majigger from L'Oreal Paris. And this is my Rocket Volume Express from Maybelline. All right. Do I look like, I kind of look shiny right now. Okay, if you're wondering why my hair is like pulled back in the recent videos, I just don't feel like dealing with my hair. During this quarantine, it's just too much. So yeah, it's kind of a grease ball and I'm just like putting it back. So I think I'm just gonna put this in my hair. Do I look cute or do I look stupid? That is the question. Oh, I think I'm sweating like really bad. Okay, I want a necklace. I have a bunch of necklaces that I got from Madewell, but I don't know if they're gonna be good. I got these necklaces for like 50% off and it's awesome. Let's see, I got this one. Maybe. I'm sweating bullets. And I'm also not wearing pants because it's so hot. All right. I look like a 5-year-old. I look like a 5-year-old playing dress up, but I am just gonna go with the flow because why the F not? And all of my necklaces are now. Give me a suggestion in the comments below with like necklace holders and stuff like that because that would be great. I need this. Okay, so I'm not gonna put lipstick on today because I feel like the gold just does way more than it needs to. So I'm just gonna put these necklaces on to just match some of the gold and hopefully it looks good. Okay, they're gonna stick together, but that's fine. Oh my god, I like it. I don't know if I like this though. Tell me in the comments below if I look like a kid. All right, let's try it without it. don't know, I kind of like it with it. I'm just gonna go with it. All right. That was me getting ready for my day and talking to you guys about why I became a witch and how I found my path. Let me know in the comments below how you guys found your path, or if you're still looking for your path, and I will see you next time.